In this video, I want to show you and I want to explain you how you can create the minimum viable product of your idea as fast as possible without all the fluff that you typically find online. I will go straight to the point. I won't enter like technical details because that would take me like 10 hours explaining you every single detail. I mean, on how to design the app and how to develop the app. If you are not a developer, I need to explain you. I would need you to explain you the basics. So I will explain like the bigger picture. There are like three questions that you need to ask yourself before writing like a single line of code. First of all, what a problem I am solving? Who shall I solve it for, and how do I solve it? Those are like three questions that will define a lot on your software as a service and will define a lot on your minimum viable product, because what a problem you are solving will change every single detail of the product, and also the marketing. Who shall you solve it for will change also all the marketing campaigns and all the content. If you're creating like organic content, I create organic content every single day for a very specific audience, which are software as a service developers or people that I want to develop an MVP. And the final question, how do I solve it, is often a question that people ask themselves on the first step. And I don't mean that question is not important or anything like that. But what I mean is not the most important question. First, you need to understand what you want to do, what problem you want to solve, and then once you define the what problem you want to solve, you almost automatically, your brain will work to find the how. Then you need to ask yourself, and research, is anyone already doing this? Is anyone already solving this problem? And the answer is probably yes. Most of people don't want to accept it, but the answer is that yes, there are like thousands and thousands of companies already in the market, and so thousands of products solving very specific problems. But that's not something that should stop you from developing the MVP. Actually, it's something very positive, because if there are like thousands of people solving a specific problem, or there are big companies solving a specific problem, it means there is a profitable problem to solve, or it's a profitable idea. Now, if there are already people solving the problem, or the best 5 or 10 people or companies that are most successful in solving this problem, or most famous, because not necessarily the best one will be the best known in the market. But if you start researching in depth, you will find that you will start identifying patterns between all the companies that are solving the problem. You will start identifying patterns on the product, you will start identifying patterns on the marketing, and you will start identifying patterns on the landing pages of those companies or those products. So once you start seeing the patterns, a question that you need to ask yourself is, what can I replicate from the design? What patterns repeat themselves? You will see that a very specific headline is in almost every single landing page. A very specific call to action is almost on every single landing page again. And the same happens with the product. Every time that you enter a social media, a social media app like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they already have like some patterns that repeat themselves. For example, the navigation menu. If you pay close attention to the navigation menu, you will see that the one from Instagram and TikTok are very similar, and it's something that almost no one reinvents, because why would start a new pattern from scratch? Why would you change what's already working? Once you have identified the patterns, you need to create the minimum viable product. And to create a minimum viable product, which is what we want to do, you will have to do the marketing and obviously the product. For the marketing of the app, you can go and watch the last video that I have uploaded, where I explain every single acquisition method for users that you can use for your app. You have a cold outreach method, warm outreach methods, and you can choose the one that suits you best. Now, if we go So, I mean, if we move to product, you will need to do the design and also the core functionality. For the design of the product, I would recommend you to not waste, don't waste your time on flows that are not the core ones. I mean, don't waste your time designing a settings section, a user profile settings section. It doesn't make sense because that's something that you can modify later. The most important thing on the minimum viable product is to test your assumptions. So you need to design the flow where the person enters the app and gets the desired result. Everything else, at least in the minimum viable product, is noise. You can modify it later. The same happens when you are developing the app. Stick strictly to the design that you have created. Don't try to develop anything else. Just stick to that design and launch the first version as fast as you can, because the most important thing when you are developing a product is to start getting feedback. Once you start getting feedback, you can start improving the product. And don't forget that doing the marketing for your app is a constant cycle. I mean, a cycle that never ends. You need to start doing marketing before launching the product and after you launch the product. So, in conclusion, let's take a look. Okay, first, what problem am I solving? Who shall I solve it for? Who do I solve it? How, do I solve it? Is anyone already doing this? Identify the patterns and don't reinvent the wheel. Start from there. Use those patterns to design the landing page and to design the product. At least the core functionality. While you are doing that, start uploading content or start reaching people. Do like direct outreach, cold outreach, and start gathering information. Now, I hope this video helped you. Of course, it doesn't contain every single detail. That's something that you need to do yourself, but at least you have the most important information in less than 10 minutes. If you're not subscribed yet, you can subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, because in that way we can keep reaching new people and YouTube keeps recommending our content. Thank you very much for staying until the end, and I hope to see you on the next video. And by the way, on the next couple of days I will launch the waitlist for Kobo.